So today, we are gonna dive deep into one of the biggest, deepest, darkest rabbit holes, the Kardashian family. And finally, you will understand why many Americans, myself included, dislike these people. If you could describe the Kardashian family in one word, it would be fake. From their rise to fame, to their brand, to the relationships, to even their bodies. It's all fake as fa. But this fakeness has brought them a lot of success and wealth. But make no mistake, the Kardashian family is one of America's most despised public figures. And after watching this episode, you might even be inspired to become rich, or you might become very angry. So, 准备你的爆米花，综合甜的跟咸的，and prepare yourself to dive into the deep, twisted, dark Kardashian hole.
Here we go. Here we go. Woo!
Okay, for this Kardashian hole, there are so many names and terms associated with this family that if I mention them all, it will certainly incite cognitive dissonance in your mind, yo, and it will be almost impossible to follow. So, for the sake of this story, I will keep the name usage to a minimum and only use the most important and necessary ones. So the first and most important name you need to know is Kris Jenner. She's the matriarch of the family, and word on the street is she's the architect of the deep, dark, twisted Kardashian hole. Now, Kris's first husband was Robert Kardashian, a very successful and respected lawyer. And together, they had 3 daughters and 1 son. Now, Robert's name first came to America's attention through the O.J. Simpson trial, because Robert was the guy who successfully defended O.J. Simpson and got him out of that murder rap. That is a whole other rabbit hole. So if you'd like to know more about that, make sure you leave a comment down below. And while you're at it, smash that like button to help the algorithm. Now, due to Robert's success and fame, this afforded him a very affluent lifestyle, which of course extended to Kris and her family as well. And this meant that Kris didn't really have to work that much, which also afforded her plenty of time to have an affair with a very famous soccer player.
I think being really young and dumb is something that plays into it because you don't really understand the consequences. Because he was such a great husband and such a great dad, and I think that I fell into a situation where I thought that the grass was greener somewhere else. And I made a huge mistake. That's like my life's biggest regret.
So when Robert found out about this, needless to say, he was pissed. And in 1989, he immediately filed for divorce. But then, just a year later, Robert and Kris reconciled. Fast forward 1 year later, in March 1991, and Kris found herself filing divorce from him. And then just 1 month after that, in April 1991, Kris was married to her brand new husband. A seamless transition from one man to the next. Now, Kris's second husband was also very successful, Bruce Jenner, an American hero. Real talk, during the 80s and 90s, everyone looked up to this guy as a god. An Olympic gold medalist in the decathlon, Bruce Jenner represented the epitome of male athletic achievement and, of course, masculinity. After Bruce married Kris, they had 2 daughters, creating the Kardashian family that you see in modern day. 1 dad, 1 mom, 5 daughters, and 1 son. Very soon, this family would have 2 moms. Time jump, 2015, a year of serious drama. Bruce and Kris got a divorce, and soon after that, Bruce put on a pair of panties, put on a bra, a dress, changed his name to Caitlyn, and won Woman of the Year. You can change the gender, but a Jenner is always a winner.
I'm not putting on a mustache, I look silly. That's where you draw the line, huh, Caitlyn?
So going from a male award-winning Olympian to Woman of the Year, the Kardashian family now had 2 moms. And Caitlyn Jenner spoke about her gender transition in the 10th season of the Kardashian reality show.
So when you talk about transitioning, and you said you're going to do the few things to your face.
Right. I am going to just play it by ear.
So like you don't have a surgery to remove that, and then that means you're the woman.
Oh, the little thing down there?
Yeah, like you don't.
That's kind of the last thing you can do. You can do an awful lot before that.
And this drove America insane. Some people even speculated that Kris encouraged Bruce to transition to Caitlyn for the sake of ratings on the show. But there is absolutely no evidence for this, yo. However, there was one incident that caused many Americans, especially in the Christian community, to look at Kris sideways. You see, back in 2009, Kris Jenner came upon a man who worked at Starbucks who used to be a very well-respected pastor of 4,000 people at a large Christian church. Until he couldn't keep it in his pants, was caught in an adulterous affair, was charged with misconduct by the congregation, and eventually kicked out. Now, you would think that nobody would want to associate with a disgraced pastor, right?
No, ma'am. No, you're very mistaken. You're very mistaken.
She was going to hire this disgraced pastor to lead her very own church called Life Change Community Church. 但是这样子很好啊, they're promoting their faith, they're promoting good Christian values, so it should be all great.
No.
Because the only purpose for founding this church was to make money, allegedly. So when it comes to Christianity and the church, members of the congregation are usually expected to give 10% of their monthly income to God, aka the church, known as a tithe. But here is where Kris Jenner's church is a little bit different. You see, in addition to the 10% tithe, Kris Jenner was also charging her congregation a $1,000 a month membership fee.
Some fuckery's going on.
Fun fact, donations to churches in the United States are tax deductible. Not only that, but any income that the church receives is tax-free. Couple that with the fact that churches don't have to publicly disclose their income, and you have the perfect tax exemption card. So, in theory, you could donate the money to the church and then redirect it back to your bank account via various projects, organizations, and charities, essentially creating a faith-based tax evasion and money laundering scheme. Praise the Lord. This caused the Christian community to be pissed at Kris, not only for hiring an adulterous, disgraced pastor, but also for the fact that Kris controlled the church's finances. Many people suspected that this was all an elaborate scheme to allow the Kardashian family to evade taxes. All of this pales in comparison to what happened with the Diddy scandal, because recently, in the past 2 months, many people have been digging into the connection between Kris and what she had to do with the whole P. Diddy scandal. It's all because of one person. So Kris Jenner's first partner was a famous lawyer who she cheated on. Her second partner was a famous, respected Olympic gold medalist who turned into a woman. So who do you think her third partner would be? Maybe a judge or a senator or an R&B singer? Well, based on Kris's pattern of behavior, surely it would be someone who's notable and a public figure, right?
You're very mistaken.
Kris's third and current partner is Corey Gamble, a man who she started dating back in 2014 while she was still married to Caitlyn Jenner. Now, Corey Gamble is 25 years younger than Kris and older than two of the Kardashian sisters and the Kardashian brother. And that's literally all we know about this nigga. There ain't nothing on Google, his LinkedIn page is empty. The only other thing we really know is that he was a former talent scout for Scooter Braun and Justin Bieber's former tour manager. Oh, and he has very close ties and connections with Diddy. And here's another thing. When Diddy's baby mama, Kim Porter, mysteriously died in her home of pneumonia, Corey Gamble was accidentally photographed on the scene.
Weird.
Now, many people speculate that Corey is either a CIA or an FBI handler, as he mysteriously showed up on the scene soon after Kim and Kanye got married. So the theory is that he wanted to get close and keep an eye on Kanye West. Fun fact, Kanye don't like this fool either.
Corey said he was a part of the CIA at one point? Or am I making that up?
Yes, Corey's CIA. Like, he didn't even have to say it. I know it.
So let's wrap this all up. Kris Jenner married a famous lawyer who she cheated on. She then married a famous Olympic athlete who she cheated on and then turned into a woman. And now she's currently dating a man who's 25 years younger than her daughters, and who also might be a CIA or FBI op. Oh, and she also teamed up with a Starbucks employee, aka disgraced pastor of a Christian church, to form her own new church, which she possibly, very maybe, very likely, might be using to avoid taxes. Oh, and there's one more thing. She very likely orchestrated the leak of her daughter's tape.
Kim Kardashian got her handwriting and her fingerprints all over my contract. When you look at my signature and you look at her signature, that shit say sex tape number 1, sex tape number 2, and guess what? The third sex tape, that shit called Santa Barbara 6. Her mama made us go shoot it for safety. She watched the motherfucker and said, hey, we're gonna go with the first one because the first one is better. It gives my daughter a better look than the second one that I made y'all go do. But you watched it? There go the sex tape contract. There's the whole thing. That's my handwriting.
So now that you understand Kris Jenner, the matriarch of the family, and what type of a person she is, let's get into the main course, the Kardashian daughters.
Nude selfies till I die.
So the Kardashian family has 5 daughters from 2 fathers and 1 mother. You have Kourtney, Khloe, and Kim Kardashian, and then you have Kendall and Kylie Jenner. Now, if you notice, all 5 daughters' names start with a K, just like their mother, Kris. And Kris acts as their manager, taking 10% of everything they make, like a tithe. Now, it is very commonly believed that Kris is the mastermind behind the Kardashian empire, using her 5 daughters as tools to build it. Now, whether or not this rumor is true will be very difficult to prove, but I think we can agree that when it comes to the Kardashian family, there's a very fixed pattern of behavior. Now, we can start with what we mentioned in a previous episode where Ray J talked about how Kris orchestrated the entire Kim Kardashian sex tape. Now, what happened behind the scenes will be very difficult to prove. So let's take a close look at what happened in front of the camera. While Kim Kardashian was dating a famous NFL star, when his birthday came around, she decided to make a very sexy calendar to give him as a gift. Now, something like this should be very private, right? And considering the fact that you call yourself a Christian, the last thing you would want is for something like this to get out to the public. But Chris, the owner of a church, took this very private and sexy calendar and distributed it in stores.
Fuck.
And here is where we can start to speculate that nearly every man who dates a Kardashian either goes insane or suffers greatly when it comes to their career. So, if you're an NFL star and your gift from your girlfriend, which is very private and very sexy, suddenly gets sold on the open market for other men to view and enjoy by your girlfriend's mom, call it toxic masculinity, but I'm assuming most dudes wouldn't take too kindly to that. And maybe, possibly, it might affect their performance at their job. Well, this is exactly what happened, as that NFL star performed horribly during his career while he was dating Kim Kardashian. And as soon as they broke up, my man's career went to the moon. He got inducted to the NFL Hall of Fame. But it don't just stop with Kim, yo. At one point or another, all 5 sisters have either targeted or been involved with some sort of famous or public figure, especially NBA players. For example, Kendall Jenner, Chris's 4th daughter, has had relationships with over 7 NBA players, and nearly all of them saw a dip in performance while in a relationship with her. But let's focus in on one of my favorites, Blake Griffin, the slam dunk king.
Just throw it down. Oh, what a move. What a spin and what a dunk. Great word caution, 3rd meeting of the year between them.
Now, my boy Blake had just gotten out of a messy divorce, and many people think that his relationship with Kendall is part of the reason behind it. Needless to say, Blake wanted a stable and solid real relationship. But Kendall wasn't about that life, yo. She just wanted to have fun. She wouldn't want nothing serious. Now, for those of you who ain't familiar with basketball, Blake Griffin is famous for how he dunks on fools, yo. And he has lots of fans. But while he was in that relationship, or if you want to call it a relationship, with Kendall Jenner, his career went... He even got injured. And then eventually, he got traded to another team, and 2 months after that happened, Kendall dumped his ass. Now, over the course of the reality show, the Kardashian sisters have had relationships with about 25 different people, from NBA players to athletes to famous rappers and singers. And each of these relationships have lasted no more than a year. Which, fun fact, most of these guys actually appeared on the Kardashian reality show at one point or another. And there's even one NBA player who sued Kim Kardashian, claiming that she fabricated their entire relationship, convincing him to marry her for only 72 days, all for the sake of ratings for their show. And in the end, my man had a nervous breakdown, hid from the spotlight, retired from the NBA, and I think he's now selling fried chicken. But the most tragic victim of all was Lamar Odom, who was married to Khloe Kardashian. Their relationship was heavily featured throughout the Kardashian TV show. And they became so famous where at one point they got their own spin-off show. But eventually, Lamar would suffer the same fate. His career would go down the toilet, and as a result, he would become addicted to drugs. And at one point, he almost died of an overdose. And in the end, Khloe divorced his ass. So now you're beginning to see the pattern of every athlete that dates a Kardashian sister, their career goes down the toilet. Shit, if the Kardashian family had 5 more daughters, they might have to shut down the NBA, yo.
但是说呢，那些直男只是不会控制自己而已啊。Why do you have to blame the women?
Yo, I understand that some of you might want to defend the Kardashian family, or more importantly, you might just want to defend women in general. So don't get it twisted. I'm not blaming all women. I'm just blaming these women. Because let's think about it a little bit deeper. These guys who dated members of the Kardashian family, that means they have to comply with the Kardashian family rules, their filming schedule, even commit to certain public appearances. And they didn't just have to face one Kardashian, they had to face all of them, including the mother. So imagine, you have 6 Kardashians, all forming their opinions of you, all placing their expectations upon you, and most importantly, you are at the mercy of all their fans. This type of pressure could break any professional athlete, yo, and as a result, their career at some point is going to decline, all because of the Kardashians' pursuit of fame, material possessions, and clout. Yo, even me and we were exhausted spending days swimming through the river of shit that flows from the Kardashian family. There is so much negative information, even the 8 chapters in this video ain't enough to cover it. So make no mistake, this family is a black hole, or Kardashian hole, sucking in all of your positive energy. But they don't just take your energy, they take your money, your fame, and your soul. So now, while the YouTube ads play, you might want to take a break, smash that like button, maybe even subscribe to our channel, because when we get back, we are going to dive deep into the darkest part of the Kardashian hole. So now that you understand Kris Jenner and how the Kardashian family built their fame, let's get into how they turned that fame into money. Fun fact, the whole Kardashian family is worth over $2 billion.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Wagati cold. Researching all this material for this video and analyzing behavior patterns and looking into scam tactics, it felt like I was straight up building a case for the FBI, yo. Cause this ain't no regular rabbit hole. This is a dark Kardashian multi-shady verse of fuckery. Now, there are a lot of details that go into building this timeline, and I don't want you guys to get overloaded, so I'll keep it as simple as possible. First, the Kardashian family's primary fan base is young teenage girls, and the majority of their products target this demographic. Back in the day, the Kardashian sisters actually launched their own credit card to give teenage girls an opportunity to have a line of credit. However, it was very quickly discovered that this credit card had a lot of things wrong. I mean a lot. There was a $60 monthly fee, a $1 fee for ATM withdrawals, a $1 fee for checking the balance at the ATM, a $1.50 fee for speaking with customer service, a $10 fee for replacing a credit card, and a $6 fee for canceling the credit card. Now, after a lot of backlash and a lot of protests from Kardashian fans, the Kardashian sisters came forward and said,
"Hey, we didn't understand the details. We were just promoting it."
They immediately stopped issuing the card. But this was one of the very few products that failed to make them money. Now we're gonna get into the lot of shady businesses that actually did make them billions. Now, it's no secret that teenage girls, because of puberty and hormones and largely because of society, tend to care a lot about their body image. And during the World Cup, Kim Kardashian launched an advertisement for a pair of shoes that would help you to lose weight and increase your fitness just by putting them on.
It's not someone else, it's something else. Bye-bye, trainer. Hello, shape-ups.
Shape-ups. The entire Kardashian family were all hands on deck promoting this product. And as a result, lots of young girls and older ones owned a pair of shape-ups. However, soon after the successful launch of this product, many of its consumers started complaining of lower back pain. And it quickly became apparent that it was all because of the shoe's design. And this is where the Federal Trade Commission got involved. And they stated that the shoes could not claim that they had medical benefits or increased any sort of fitness level. And as a result, Shape-Ups was fined $40 million.
The company has agreed to pay $40 million to settle claims that Skechers made false promises when it said the shoe would help you lose weight and get in shape.
Oh, we didn't know that the shoes caused back pain. We were just endorsing the company. We didn't know that the shoes were ineffective at promoting weight loss. Give us a chance. Paise, one deal, paito.
And soon after that, Kim Kardashian came out and endorsed Quick Trim, an all-natural diet supplement that encouraged detox and also help you to lose weight. And Kim Kardashian was even using it herself.
You can change the way you look. No more excuses, just results. How hot can you be?
And here, the behavior pattern rinses and repeats. The whole Kardashian family aggressively promoted this product, and they made a lot of money. Soon after that, many consumers claimed that they didn't see any of the benefits. In fact, a lot of them said that it didn't work for them at all. Then, this is where the Food and Drug Administration got involved, and they said that the majority of the natural ingredients inside the pill was just caffeine, and that this had no significant effect on weight loss, let alone detoxing. And they even went so far as to say that this is borderline unsafe. So as a result, they had to change the label and they were issued a $4 million fine. Then on top of that, Kim Kardashian was sued by her fans and settled for $5 million. But despite all this, Kim Kardashian still maintained that the product did work, which is why she promoted it to fans, and she had
No intention of deceiving anybody, Thunder.
Does this sound familiar?
Yes, I can definitely smell shite.
Nearly all the products that they endorsed ended up in lawsuits. And these are just a few examples where they actually had to pay a price. They also endorsed Senza powder, Fit Tea, Flat Tummy, Diet Lollipops, and Slimming Belts. And every time a scandal broke, the Kardashians either didn't respond or they claimed that
They didn't know the products were ineffective and they weren't trying to scam people, honest.
And to be real, during that period of time, it was almost every month a member of the Kardashian family was in the news for some scam shit. And this is how the Kardashian family name would very quickly become associated with them deceiving their fans. But these are all products that they endorsed, not products that they made. And they were just celebrities trying to promote a product to their fans that they thought were good. Just celebrities trying to make money. They weren't trying to deceive, right? But then the Kardashian family started making their own clothes. And it was at this point where people started to realize just how devious and evil they really were. Clothing. When it comes to the Kardashian family and business, this is what they are best known for. And it is also what they are the most notorious for. Check it. Of the 6 brands that we know of, none of them have lasted more than 6 years. Some of them only lasted 2 years, and almost every single one ended in a goddamn lawsuit. However, these products were made in another country, the same country that keeps stealing our videos and uploading it to Bilibili. And as a result, many consumers complained of the poor quality and that they even fell apart after only a couple of days of purchase. And after some further investigation, it was revealed that the workers at these factories that were making the Kardashian clothes were paid less than $1 an hour and were working over 80 hours a week, which would technically make the Kardashian products sweatshop products, not human rights products. Then there's the Kendall and Kylie brand, where they took t-shirts and printed Tupac and Biggie's faces on it, along with other celebrities, without permission. And they even went so far as to overlay their own faces on top of it. And other than smashing a rapper or two, the Kardashian family had zero connection to the black community, so why were they putting their faces on these t-shirts? Imagine they took the faces of Zhou Jieluo and Xiong Zai or Tuaki and printed their faces on it, and then overlaid it with their face and like,
Hey, Taiwan #1 by Kardashian.
What in the hell is he talking about?
How do you think that would go? But then they apologized and all was forgiven and forgotten, and they learned absolutely no lessons. And just a little bit later, they decided to print Asian designs on their shirts, which led to immediate accusations of cultural appropriation. Check it. Kim Kardashian even tried to trademark the word kimono.
Are you serious?
And a lot of these brands like Kylie, Good American, and Poosh all faced serious lawsuits. Oh, and did you know Kylie and Kendall actually wrote their own sci-fi book? Real talk, it actually went to the top of the New York Times bestsellers list.
We were just thinking, if we were to create a movie from scratch, what would we want to do? And we kind of created these characters based off of Kendall and I and our personalities. And then at the end of the car ride, we were like, a book would be perfect. Why don't we just write a book?
And not many people can say that they wrote a novel that published.
Then it was revealed that they didn't write it, but it was a ghostwriter. Now, seeing as plagiarism and poor clothing quality doesn't affect the fans too much, the fans didn't really care. They still, for the most part, remained loyal. However, that was all soon about to change, as next, the Kardashian family would do something that would affect the one thing that almost everyone holds dear: their faces. So the Kardashian family's most successful brands are KKW and Kylie. And KKW stands for Kim Kardashian West, respectively named after Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. And KKW was very successful. You'd think if you branded your own name and you got a lot of fans and followers that you would take this kind of seriously, right?
No.
Predictably, after a short period of time, KKW was involved in a plagiarism scandal. And in addition to this, many YouTubers accused it of false advertising and claiming that the contour stick wasn't as stable as it claimed to be. But in spite of all this, a lot of their products sold out, including a set of $300 brushes. This didn't really seem to stick to the Kardashian family. In fact, it barely even affected them. Now, the Kylie brand, on the other hand, was a completely different story, as her cosmetics brand resulted in people getting rashes, skin redness, cracking, and even very severe allergic reactions. The Kylie Skin Walnut Scrub, according to many dermatologists, was too harsh on the skin, resulting in skin damage. And then there were the issues of false advertising, repackaging old products, and also printing fake production dates on the products themselves. And this caused a serious public outcry. Unlike before, where you could hide and say, "No, this is not our company, we're just promoting it." In this case, when you put your name on the brand, you are directly responsible for the quality that comes out. However, the Kardashian family continued to insist that their products had no problems and they were still good for you. But for the fans who suffered severe allergic reactions and skin issues, they had a different point of view. And as a result, the Kardashian family started to lose a lot of fans. The Kardashian family name was quickly being abandoned. So from the fake companies to the fake relationships to the fake products, now you're beginning to understand why every person who comes in contact with the Kardashian family sees a serious decline. This is where we have to begin our conspiracy theory. All right, you know the drill. We are now officially in Yokonan mode. Everything I'm about to say is not factual, although some of it's based on fact, but it's pure speculation. Do not take what I'm saying as true, yo. And remember, I am not trying to defame anybody, yo. So, from everything you've learned in the previous chapters, you now understand that the Kardashian family brand is all about fakeness. From the products, to the relationships, to their brands, to their bodies, and even their drama. This is how these people survive. And they very cleverly make mistakes big enough to draw attention, but small enough to where most people will either overlook or forgive with a simple apology. For example, after Kim got her fake ass installed and she tried to put on Marilyn Monroe's relic dress and tore that shit. Or what about when she posted on social media that she was the real KKK, but then said,
"Hey, I'm not trying to be racist, yo. 你误会了. My husband is a nigga."
What about her flaunting her lavish and luxurious lifestyle all during the pandemic when people are suffering? So these actions, combined with their shady business practices, their plagiarism, the release of products, which ultimately results in the fans suffering with their well-being, results in the conclusion that the Kardashian family don't give a fuck about anyone else but themselves.
It's true.
Fun fact. Did you know that Kim Kardashian actually held an eBay auction in which she auctioned off many of her secondhand items to charity, making a total of $400,000, but then she gave less than 10% of that to the actual charity, and the other 90% went directly in her pocket. Oh, and that 10% that she did give to charity, well, that was run by her mom's church. Now, let's be real. Pretty much every member of the Kardashian family is very easy on the eyes. But could you imagine trying to maintain a relationship with these people? It would drive even the most hardened of dudes insane. And then you add in the recent rehashing of the whole Taylor Swift fiasco. Now the Kardashian family name is quickly on the decline. And then there's the whole P. Diddy thing. How in the hell did Kim Kardashian know in advance that Diddy's houses were about to get raided? And why are Kris Jenner and Diddy so damn cozy? Why is Kris Jenner so invested in one of his biggest companies? People are starting to dig real deep into America's fakest family. What they might uncover could be some borderline criminal shit. Now, with the release of the video of what Diddy did to Cassie in the hotel room, it's only a matter of time before more secrets are uncovered. You can be for damn sure the Kardashians will be close behind and connected to it. So till then, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side. Peace!